It's Bible time. It's Bible time. It's time to read the Bible. No books too big, no kids too small. Bible time. It's time for all. Today we're reading from the New American Standard Bible, copyright by the Lockman Foundation. All right, we will start. Should we start in verse 12 or 11? You all get to choose.
12. 11.
12, 11. What do you say, Hudson?
12.
12. Okay, we already did verse 11 another time. And that day we only got through one verse. So today we're going to start with 2 Chronicles, chapter 1, verse 12. Wisdom. Oh, but I have to start in a little bit of verse 11 because it's not a full sentence. It's the beginning. It's the middle of a sentence in verse 12.
Yeah.
Yeah. My people.
I'm gonna say it.
Listen. My people, over whom I have made you king. This is God, remember, talking to Solomon. Stop that. My people, over whom I have made you king, wisdom and knowledge have been granted to you, and I will give you riches and wealth and honor, such as none of the kings who were before you has possessed, nor those who will come after you. So Solomon went from the high place, which was at Gibeon, from the tent of meeting to Jerusalem, and he reigned over Israel. Now, who's king? Who remembers?
Solomon.
Solomon, that's right. Solomon is king. And what did he ask when he could have asked the Lord for anything? Do you remember?
Yeah. Wisdom.
Wisdom. That's right. He asked for wisdom. But did God give him wisdom?
Yeah.
That's right. And we looked in James chapter 1. It says, if anybody needs wisdom, he can ask God, who gives without fault to everyone who asks. He will give wisdom. Right. Okay, so let's see. But what did God also give him? Wealth and honor. That's what we see here. And I will give you riches and wealth and honor, such as none of the kings who were before you has possessed, nor will those who will come after you. So he's going to be like the wealthiest guy ever, that ever lived before and ever lived after. You have a question? Okay, so verse 13, chapter 1 still. So Solomon went from the high place, which was at Gibeon, from the tent of meeting to Jerusalem, and he reigned over Israel. Solomon amassed chariots and horsemen. He had 1,400 chariots and 12,000 horsemen, and he stationed them in the chariot cities and with the king at Jerusalem. Verse 15. The king made silver and gold as plentiful in Jerusalem as stones, and he made cedars as plentiful as sycamores in the lowland. What are cedars and what are sycamores?
Sycamore trees.
That's right. And so are cedars. So what does it mean if he made the trees as plentiful? Why would he do that? And what does that mean for the whole nation?
Cedar.
Because cedar is a good wood to build things with, right? And sycamores are, well, they're nice trees as well, right? Good. And he was king for 40 years, so he had time to watch these trees grow. Solomon's horses were imported from Egypt and from Q. The king's traders produced them from Q for a price. I do not know where Q is. That is something that maybe we could look up another time. Verse 17. Please don't shake the table. Verse 17. They imported chariots from Egypt for 600 shekels of silver apiece, and horses for 150 apiece. And by the same means, they exported them to all the kings of the Hittites and the kings of Aram. Why do you think it says all that in there? Why do you think it says they imported chariots from Egypt for this much and for this much? Why do you think it says where the horses came from and how much they spent on it? What do you think?
The farm! The horses came from the farm.
From the farm. They probably did have horse farms. That's right. Horse farms in Egypt. Well, chariots from Egypt and horses also from Egypt. Why do you think it says all that, Naomi?
The king was coming.
Because the king? Well, I think it's just, we don't know. We can look it up and see for sure. But I think it's interesting that it gives us these details, okay? So that we can look up how much that was back then. And then I'm assuming if we looked it up and saw how much was 600 shekels right back then? It was probably a lot of money, okay? A lot of money. And so this is probably, now we can look it up and make sure, but it was probably just saying like he had this much money and this much wealth that he imported all these chariots for this much money. And a chariot back then was like a car.
I will go back to the house.
So I know that'd be fun. So yeah, so he was very wealthy. We can stop there. But I think the point is just that he's extra duper wealthy and he has a lot of money. He's very successful. 12,000 horsemen and 1,400 chariots. Like, what if a person had 1,400 cars? Like, that's a lot of cars, right? In America alone, people often just have 1 or 2 cars per family.
It's a lot of cars.
It's a lot of cars. But 1,400, that's like, that's a lot of cars. I don't even know that we have that many Hot Wheels. In fact, I know we don't have that many Hot Wheels. We have a lot of Hot Wheels, but not 1,400.
We Hot Wheels at the lake house.
We have lots of Hot Wheels all over, right? But still, we don't have 1,400. That's a lot. Okay, the point is just that he was that wealthy. Okay, so let's stop right there.
I want to go.
Let's read this since you were showing it to us. Psalm 119, verse 66. Now this, teach me good discernment and knowledge, for I believe in your commandments. Let's go over that verse. Okay, with emotions. Teach me good discernment and knowledge, for I believe in your commandments. Psalm 119, 66. Good. Okay, that's it for today. Have a good day. Bye.